Marker, the accountant, too, guys. Get right to it. Action. What's going on, Alamo City Movie Talk fans? As always, I am your host, Ryan D, aka Ryan680.
I'm Angela Beccalia.
And this is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. You know what to do, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us. Let's talk movies, guys. Thank you so much for making this a part of your day. And do not forget to hit that bell notification, because that way you get intact on what's going on in the movie world and all the movie reviews that we got going on, as well as like random scenes that I post as well, because I love talking about movies and I love when a passionate scene just erupts and just it's a passion of mine. I love watching actors act and everything. But without further ado, what are we talking about today, Angela?
We are talking about the return of some of our fave actors we love seeing on screen.
Yeah.
We are seeing The Accountant 2. So thank you for Regal for having the early access screening.
Yeah.
It was so really nice to see a packed house for this film. Yes. I really enjoyed the turnout. It was so cool to see that. Haven't seen that in a while. But without further ado, we are reviewing The Accountant 2. So Christian Wolff applies his brilliant mind and illegal methods to reconstruct the unsolved puzzle of a Treasury chief's murder. So kick it off, Ryan. I know long ago you showed me this movie.
Yes.
And I had never seen it before. I gotta say, I'm not the biggest fan of Ben Affleck. But you know what? The first movie changed my mind. So coming back for the second time, same characters. You have Ben Affleck, you have John Bernthal. What were your thoughts coming out of this film?
You know, my original thoughts is that I always say this when it comes to filmmaking and everything with movies. What do they inspire you to do? How do they impact you? And I have a saying. And there's a saying, and I rarely say it, only certain films. Wicked's one of them. Oppenheimer's one of them as well. But will this movie change your life? And yes, it fucking will. This movie, John Bernthal, Ben Affleck, I never would have expected a sequel for so long. This movie was a word of mouth film. What I mean by that, guys, let me give you full context story here. So I did not see this movie in a movie theater. And honestly, when you look at the box office numbers, nobody really did until word of mouth came out after the fact, when it became into, DVD, Blu-ray and everything. So everyone started talking about this film. Another good highlight I want to say was that word of mouth matters. And it matters to studios because they were like, this movie was so good, had a good story. We want more. And come to find out, we're not the only ones that wanted more. It looks like a lot of moviegoers, including people that I probably could say that haven't gone to a movie theater in quite some time, because this was a packed house at Regal Cinemas, guys, and it was almost sold out. I think there was like 5 seats left out of the whole theater.
It was down to like the single seats randomly, which I love seeing. I really like that people came out on this wonderful Tuesday evening.
No, Tuesday, not even a freaking weekend. So, since 2016, that was the original. It's been such a big gap here, and rarely
9 years,
rarely 9 years. Yeah, like rarely you see this. It's so surprising. But I'm gonna say this though. This movie is so fucking good. It's so good. Good storytelling. Good driven. Really relies a lot on the brothers. Finally we get to see their relationship, because that's what we wanted. In the first one, it was like a little teaser towards them, their relationship together. Then we find out that's the big reveal of The Accountant. In the first one is that, oh my God, they're brothers. What the hell? That was the big one.
Yeah,
that was the big reveal. In this one, we get another really good reveal. And I'm like, holy smokes. Another good storytelling here. But it really relies on the chemistry and brotherhood of each other, of John Bernthal and Ben Affleck, and it's so damn genuine. It's so natural, flows very well together. I love me some John Bernthal and Ben Affleck. I do. But Angela, what did you think of this movie? I know you love John Bernthal. We've seen so many movies of him and everything. What did you think of his performance along with Ben Affleck? Because I know you're not too much of a Ben Affleck. I am, though, when it comes to directing and acting. I really am. But what did you think?
I agree with you. The chemistry was just undeniable between them. They played off each other so well. Yeah. And oh my God, they just took it to the next level. Because again, like you mentioned, the first movie, we see them at the end really come together, and we kind of see their dynamic more. Yeah. But this one, you see it more, and they're just so darn funny together.
They are
so great together.
Way more comedy in this movie, by the way.
But I know you have sometimes can be picky with it if it's forced or anything, but it just flowed so natural, like you say.
Yeah, I
100% agree. I love this movie and love them too in it. They think they played off each other so well. There's also a lot of familiar cast that returned. We have J.K. Simmons, Cynthia addai-robinson.
Yeah, she was good. The director of
the Treasury.
Treasury. There you go.
So it was so good to see them again. Phenomenal. I won't spoil anything. I didn't see, like you say, the twist. There's a twist in this one. I didn't see that one coming right until right before it happened. So that's just a testament to good storytelling. Like, you're going to throw a monkey wrench in there and be like, oh my gosh. But I will agree. The story was pretty good in this one. I think the story was, straightforward, straight to the point. Not too many, it kept me engaged. It didn't lose me at all. And I will say the action in this one was more so. Yeah. And it was done very well.
I got to say, though, to add on to what you already said, I have to add on that it actually keeps a balance of action and comedy together. And it genuinely does a very good job. The director did a great job as well in here. And I was very, very entertained and everything. I mean, it really focuses a lot on the story, because there's a story that's happening, right? Story driven, and then it focuses a lot on the chemistry, which we always wanted, from John and everything. But yeah, I really did see a lot of film reviews really praise between John and Ben. And so this was actually premiered at South by Southwest. So we did not go to South by Southwest, but it did premiere, and we saw reviews of it as well, and how the shift really focuses on the action, which apparently a lot of reviewers were pleasantly surprised because of how different the first one is, how it didn't have any comedy as much. But then when they really changed the tone, the dynamic and everything, I was very, very pleasantly surprised. I'm just surprised that it happened. Like, I really am. I'm shocked, and it fucking worked. Yeah. It fucking worked, and it's beautiful. It's beautifully done. And right now, it's 86% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. I think it should be higher. That's my opinion.
I agree.
I think it should be a little bit more higher, at least in the 90s, because that's the way I'm gonna rate it, probably more than likely. But yeah. Anyways, what were you gonna say?
And I think you had said that it's confirmed for a third film, right?
Yes. So actually, the director confirmed that a third film is already in development, aiming to further explore the relationship between the Wolf brothers and expand the franchise's universe. So it's almost to where kind of like the world really loves action-packed universe movies. What do I mean by that? We got John Wick, another spin-off of John Wick coming out, Ballerina's coming out, and knowing that we get to see something really focused more on her character, on the girl's character, and then John Wick comes in it looks like he's actually more than a cameo, what it looks like from the trailers and everything. So it looks like audiences are really engaging towards this type style, versus it's like Marvel effed us up because they just don't know what to do the past 2 years. So therefore we want to get fed. Moviegoers want to get fed. And so it seems like right now we're getting fed by these action-packed movies. John Wick was a movie that didn't even expect to make it what it has made, and it's insane.
And then John Wick 4 broke records for how much it made.
Yeah, it's just, and the budget gets a little bit bigger and bigger every time. That's Lionsgate's Easter egg, man, and they're making even more money with the movie that's coming out. And same thing with this one. I honestly think everyone should go see this movie. Everyone should go see this film. Anyone that loves John Wick movies, you will fucking love this movie. I guarantee you will. And it focuses a lot. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so that's why I'm trying to be careful with my words, because it's so good. The reveal's great, and to haven't felt like this in a while, at least this year, I'd probably say I've not felt like this in a movie that's impacted me this much this year alone.
And we're already in April.
Yeah, we're in April. I mean, Superman's still coming out. Fantastic Four is still coming out. So there's a lot of movies.
We saw the trailer.
Yeah. So there's a lot of movies still coming out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not halfway through the year yet. There's still a lot of movies coming out, but I gotta say this is definitely the top film for me of this year. But
Wicked 2?
Yeah. But Wicked 2's coming out too. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of movies still come out this year, but I gotta say it's definitely gonna be a tough tough rating system if the movies do end up being like as this good, at least my anticipated films. And this was definitely one of my anticipating movies of the year as well. It was my top 5 for sure. Of course, number 1, Superman. But anyways, what rating, Angela? What do you give this rating?
Oh, that's hard because I agree. I really enjoy like, oh my God, I really love this film. I haven't left a theater in a while where I'm like immediately I want to watch this again. I haven't felt that way in a long time.
Exactly.
And
Same
I
here.
I agree that this brought that life back into me, if you will. It makes me want to watch it again and again, and take my family to see it. I don't know if it's my mom's style, but
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it speaks volumes to, especially considering it's a sequel. And you don't see very often where the second film is as good or even better. You could argue. I'll leave that up to you. But it holds its own, and I really, really appreciate that. And I am excited now for the third one, what they're going to do for that one.
So Gavin O'Connor actually confirmed he's the original director and executive producer that made the Counted at the first one. So I'm so excited. Hopefully, 9 times out of 10 he's probably going to be it. This is another pure example of when you give the director creative control, what he can do, what world can he build with, and everything. And this guy's done Pride and Glory, which is another good film. He's done Warrior movie, which is a great movie, man. If you've never seen Warrior, it's a fantastic film by Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's in there, and it's fucking amazing movie. But that's what I'm talking about. Movies like this need to be made more, and I feel like that Hollywood has stirred away from that, and we're just making more focused on that. I just feel like movies need to be made like this, and I had a grand time at the theater. It's been a while. Oppenheimer was probably the last one I could think of.
Doom Part 2.
Yeah, Doom Part 2. Oh yeah, but that was like around this time last year, actually. March last year, because it came out in early March.
Wicked, I felt that way with Wicked.
November, December, around there. Yeah, November. Yeah. So, and then Wicked Part 2 comes out in November this year. Wait. So, but
I will say again, take it as you will. We highly encourage you to check it out, even if you haven't seen the first one.
What'd you give a rating?
I would give it. That's so hard because I'll give it a solid 9 because it was a very well done film. I loved every bit of it.
It's one of your highest ratings, yeah.
And it's one of my highest ratings because I just cannot speak enough about John Bernthal and Ben Affleck together. Yeah. Like I said, I'm coming from not the biggest Ben Affleck fan, but he was outstanding in this. Just them two in the scenes together all the time.
Agreed.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go a little bit higher than you. I'm going to go 9.3 out of 10. This is definitely, I'm trying to think if I had any 9s this year. I'm trying to think. I guess The Amateur. I'm trying to think. Did I give it an? I don't know. I have to go back and check. I'll check the records.
That is like a close.
Yeah. You know what? No, we were like at 8 or 7.
Yeah,
we were
but
7.
that is close.
So I gotta admit, this movie, I think I want to say this will be. I'll put on comments. I will call myself out on the comments. I'll make sure below and everything. But I would say this is my first 9 this year. That's crazy for me to say that because it's like we're in April and we should have hit a 9 or like early on. But anyways, I'm gonna give this a 9.3 out of 10, guys. I genuinely love. There's a scene in here where they go to a bar. And that scene is pure entertainment at its finest between John. At times I feel like John doesn't even act. Like I feel like he's just acting. I just feel like he's just genuinely like just knows himself and just really like just plays every character so good. Another good favorite. We're gonna get a double hitter because we're about to see Daredevil after this as well. So John Berthal's coming back for that. And one of the performances, I've got to admit though, one of the performances that really stood out to me of John Berthal, of course, he's the first cameo performance. I would say Sicario, along with one of my favorite performances of him was in Fury by David Ayer. But it's a stellar cast. Shia LaBeouf's in there as well. Michael Peña's in there when they're in the tank, and it's such a fantastic movie. And he does these like insane type of roles so well, and he really thinks out of the box, if you will, and he really exceeds way more than a performance than I feel like he just doesn't read the script. He becomes the script, if you will. But yeah, so same thing with Ben Affleck. One of the favorite films of him is Argo, because he wrote and directed that movie. The Town is another phenomenal. Wrote and directed that movie. That's probably one of my favorites of him. Argo won Best Picture so many years ago, so that was a great movie, man. And it's such suspense. And they're literally they were getting him out of a foreign country because they were going to kill them, and then they were playing a director or crew, a writer, a director, a filmmaker. It's just coincidence.
It's like a movie in a movie.
Yeah, movie in a movie, if you will. But anyways, enough me rambling on, guys. I'm sorry. I really did enjoy these movies. I really do love filmmaking, and this movie impacted me on a lot, and I hope it impacts me as much as Superman, as much as Fantastic Four, as much as the movies we anticipate this coming year. But questions for you guys. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments down below. Did you enjoy The Accountant 2? And if you're planning on seeing it, if you are debating, no, go see this movie. This is your last movie on earth to go see. I would say yes, go fucking see it. If this was the only movie that has released, has been released or whatever, go see this movie, because this movie will change your life. I guarantee it. All right, guys, thank you so much. As always, I'm your host, Ryan D. Ryan 680.
I'm Angela. This
is Alamo City Movie Talk, guys. See you at the movies. Catch you later. Peace.